This video is brought to you by Endarthe, who is supporting me in the Pulse Cannon tier. If you support on Pulse Cannon tier or higher, you are entitled to a video request once per month as long as you are supporting. So, he sent me this file called Co-op Idea 1 Niadra. It is a co-op commander concept that he wrote with some assistance from Photo Loss. So basically, he has an idea for Niadra as a co-op commander, and he wants to present it to see if it will make for a good co-op commander concept. Now, a bit of a caveat. Since I'm not really a balanced guy, and furthermore, this is just text form, there's no actual demonstration of a commander, I will not be commenting on whether it's too strong, too weak, or anything like that. I will mostly be commenting on whether it feels like a fun commander and a unique commander that does warrant its own creation, regardless of whether its current stats are fun or not. With me today is our master. He will help me basically bounce around ideas about this commander and whether it's a good choice. Our master, are you here right now?
I am indeed here.
Nice. So, yeah, I figured that if I were to do this alone, I'll probably be rambling without control. It will end up not really progressing along as we should. So I invited him here to kind of,
Okay.
yeah, rein me in, as well as provide actual expert opinion on co-op.
Sure.
So, I'm gonna read the overview. Niadra, the renegade broodmother, has returned after losing contact with Kerrigan. Niadra has learned to survive by hiding when she is outmatched. Do you remember Niadra, Almaster?
Fun fact, I actually wanted Niadra as the next co-op commander.
Really? After Arcturus?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why is that?
I just liked the Niadra mission
Yeah, it's
in the campaign.
It's that campaign mission. For those of you who don't know, Niadra was introduced in the Heart of the Swarm campaign in the mission called Enemy Within, when the Protoss were trying to escape, but Kerrigan pursued them by basically injecting a Broodmother into one of the Protoss that they recalled back to the ship, and Niadra became this huge queen thing that basically destroyed the ship all on her own. So, her abilities. She hides when she is outmatched, consuming to grow, evolving to stronger forms to eradicate her enemies. So this is pretty good. It matches what she actually does in the campaign. As Niadra was created by Kerrigan to infiltrate a Daelaam Ark, she was designed differently from other broodmothers. Was she though? What do you say, Almaster?
I'm not really much of a lore expert.
You should also have brought along Subsaurian. He would know everything about the lore. He would probably...
Yeah, Subsaurian would be an interesting...
Yeah, in the first 3 minutes alone, he'd probably be able to point out like 10 factual inconsistencies with what I said. Anyway. Niadra is sturdier, generates creep wherever she goes, and constantly emits healing pulses to allies near her. Did she have a healing aura in the campaign? I don't think so, did she?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and she didn't generate creep either in the campaign. Maybe these are just, you know, additions to this commander, just to make it more interesting, I guess.
Just co-op things.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, like stuff like abilities like Psionic Orb and Mind Blast are. Wait, Psionic Orb was in the campaign, but Mind Blast I believe was in co-op only. Oh wait, Mind Blast was in the Wings of Liberty campaign. It was originally a Tosh ability. I forgot. Subsaurian would have been on so fast if I said that. Anyway, Niadra has learned to adapt to situations with low resources, a small army, and a narrow pathway. This is all correct, right? She did have that mission where she had no resources at all. She just birthed armies out of her butt. And she does crawl out of narrow spaces. Although later on in the mission, but just the Zerglings and stuff crawl along the vents, whereas Niadra herself has become too thick to fit. She directly births her brood onto the field rather than relying on hatcheries. So, what do you think about this, Almaster? She births her brood.
This actually kind of really matches the mission, right? Like you you don't really spawn stuff from hatcheries. So
Yeah, it
I
gives
like
me,
that idea.
It gives me so far a Han and Horner kind of feel with the Galleons. Except she's probably a lot stronger than the Galleon. But yeah, that's so far the army production type that I'm seeing. A lack of natural resources during her first mission has taught Niadra to gather bioessence. I find this funny. Bioessence is basically Dahaka and Abathur combined.
Yes.
Essence has been used. Biomass has been used. Oh, how about bioessence? That's totally new. And she uses it to evolve or bolster her forces. So it looks like she'll be spending bioessence rather than minerals and gas. This is gonna be interesting. So will Niadra's ally just take her base then? If she doesn't have, you know, a use for minerals and gas?
I just assumed that like you still had to mine minerals and gas, but in addition to that, like they costed a third resource.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yes, there's probably some sort
Yeah,
of
take a look at the
mining
talent
strategy.
level 1.
Oh, I
Yeah,
haven't.
take a look at the talent level.
I'll have a look later.
Yeah.
Alright. Where was I? Niadra wields strong psionic powers, allowing her to personally control her brood. Foregoing the use of... Oh, I like this. I like this. So it's she's like the Haka. She doesn't have the need for overlord. She just controls her brood directly. So it's gonna make it better for co-op players because co-op players typically don't like building depots. Like, if you notice of all the commanders, the only one who really needs to build their depots and pylons, like in the regular 1v1, is like, I guess some of the Zerg, I guess the Zerg commanders still need overlords, but you can build those en masse. I think Voruzun is one of those who still need to build her pylons. Phoenix needs to build his pylons, but Terran commanders, for example, all have buffs to their supply gaining abilities. For example, Raynor has instant supply drops. Swan has multi-build. So does Arcturus. Nova has no need for depots. That's pretty good. I like that. Niadra's solution was to develop stronger and more durable Zerg, so that they may crush their enemies quicker and with fewer losses. So it looks like she'll be specialized. She drops her brood directly onto the field. She has a hero unit. Her forces are stronger, and she doesn't have supply. So it's looking more and more like a Nova so far, right?
Yeah, it seems it kind of looks like a Nova-ish
A Zerg Nova. Wow, that's interesting. Not content, Niadra has developed parasites with various abilities stemming from her own parasitic beginnings. These parasites will weaken her enemies and gather more bioessence for her. Was this in the campaign?
I don't think it was.
Yeah, there was a point where I think she took control of an Ursidon. Maybe that's what the parasite
Yes.
is? Alright. Furthermore, Niadra will send giant Ursidons, there it is, toward the battle to soften up enemies before her children. Support them with the Daelaam Ark. Oh, look at this. She supports them with the Daelaam Ark. So the Daelaam Ark, is that going to be like a Hyperion call down?
That'll be kind of cool.
A Zerg with a Hyperion call down. That'd be awesome. Barraging the battlefield with critters as ammunition. Oh, never mind.
Use as ammunition?
It's a dude lord.
Okay.
It's a dude lord.
This is gonna be Neo Metal's nightmare.
Niadra has a motherly demeanor towards her brood. Oh yeah, Niadra has a motherly demeanor towards her brood. Motherly, that's how all mothers behave, right? They throw their children on the battlefield as soon as they're born.
By firing them out of cannons.
Yeah, that's exactly how mothers behave.
From a spaceship.
However, her loyalty and commitment towards the mission will ensure she would sacrifice everything, even the Ark on which she was born, to guarantee its success. I mean, she was literally born to destroy. I don't know. I don't
Like, look at him.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Okay.
I'm interested.
Okay. So, let's go into the talents. Infiltrator. 40 starting supply and 100 max supply. Yeah, it's looking a lot like Nova so far. But this is interesting. She doesn't have Overlord, so how does she increase from 40 to 100? Niadra bursts combat units directly onto the field instead of using larvae. gathers bioessence and uses it as a third resource to spend control Niadra. Okay. She gathers bioessence. I guess the hero, it's like the Haka. Combat units have double the life and double the damage for double the cost. It's definitely feeling like a Zerg Nova so far. Niadra's hatcheries do not morph into layers. Oh, she has hatcheries. Nor does it spawn larvae, it only produces drones. Oh, yeah. So look at this. The hatcheries only produce drones, so it's like the Haka's primal hive, right? They spawn direct.
It looks, yeah, the hatchery mechanic looks like the Haka's hatchery mechanic. The units look kind of like Novas, where, you know, they're stronger but more expensive. And the supply mechanic is like one of those supply... Actually, the supply seems... I think what it is that your supply is dependent on some kind of upgrade that you can buy with Niadra on the bioessence that you've picked up. So this bioessence is like a third resource that gets added.
Yeah, so I guess as you gain more essence, you get more max supply. That makes sense. Alright, that makes sense.
It might be something like that, or it might be just an upgrade, which is like spend 10 bioessence to raise your supply by 10 or something.
Yeah.
It's not clear.
I guess we haven't seen it yet. Yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But how do you think the production mechanic of the hatcheries would be? Would it be like a command center or a nexus where you queue the workers one by one? Or is it like Stukov's infested command center or a primal hive where as soon as you queue a worker, it pops an egg out of the building and you can queue multiple ones at the same time? Do you get the difference?
I think they're both equivalent in this case.
Oh,
For
no,
me
no,
personally,
no.
if I had to pick one, I would say the charge-based mechanic might be a little bit more fitting for Niadra.
Yeah, the charge-based mechanic.
Queue up stuff.
The charge-based mechanic, I think, is way better for Niadra rather than queuing them up. Queuing them up is harder because when you want to maximize resource, if you're speedrunning, for example, you want to queue them up only 2 at most, because queuing basically sinks resources into something that isn't actually building if you queued them up. So if you have instead the hive mechanic or the infested command center mechanic, where the where each click already starts the building process, that will allow you to spend your money quicker and have all your workers start as soon as you spend them. But I think the hive method is superior in strength to the queuing up method. That's what I think, at least.
Yeah, I think it just like kind of fits better.
Yeah. Structures morphed by drones do not have tech requirements. Okay, so her drones can morph directly into a greater spire. That's what I get it from this. Like, first drone, greater spire, bam. I would like that, to be honest.
I think this thing is like, it feels really overpowered, but I think you're probably going to be capped on the bioessence that you have to pick up. So it's like, okay, fine, you can put down the Greater Spire, but you know, you need like 100 bioessence to make a Broodlord, so there's no point to doing it anyway. So
yeah, maybe. I guess we'll find out later. And really, I don't know what's overpowered because I play co-op. I don't play 1v1. The concept overpowered means nothing to me. We play Super Duper Gary and Lone Puppy Tykes on a daily basis. What is balance? Oh man.
Yeah.
Level 2, Accelerated Bursts. Reduce combat unit build time by 1/3. Ooh, isn't it a little early to have this perk? Reduce combat unit build time. It seems like something that might be better if it were later on. It feels like a level 7 upgrade to me. What do you think?
It depends on what the later on upgrades are. Maybe level 15 upgrade is like triples the amount of damage every single unit does. So
that would be incredible. I wouldn't want to have that upgrade at level 15. Although
it's all relative, right?
Yeah, the style of the level 15 upgrade never really is to unlock an ability. Like, think of all the co-op commanders. Rainer's level 15 just increases the damage output of your bio. Kerrigan's level 15 just increases her regen rate. Artanis is a level 15, removes need for pylons. Swan's level 15 just increases the health of his mech units. And Zagara increases her energy regen rate. So it's never really an ability or a unit unlock. It's kind of like a stat increase. And I think that makes sense because you don't want to lock. Remember when Stat Boy first came out? Like nobody knew to make Super Gary because Super Gary unlocked at level 15, so it took a while to get the meta of starting Super Gary right away. Or was that just me?
I actually, like, when I used to play Setman, Super Gary was not a big priority.
When he first came out,
he was at like a level 15 upgrade. Like he wasn't like one of the first things you'd want to get. Playing Statman. It was an important upgrade, but he's not like the highest priority thing, right?
Like I didn't even realize that Super Gary was a thing until I started playing with Masteries. That's how nuts that was.
Yeah, that was one of the big issues with Stetman. His Super Gary thing, he got it at like level 15, so you played most of the game without Super Gary, and then suddenly had this new unit, and a lot of people didn't value it as much.
Yeah, and like, remember, another thing was Tychus's big red button. It unlocked at level 15. So like, people were like, wait, where do I get the nuke? They didn't realize that first you get a level 15, and then you need to research it from the engineering bay. A lot of people just kind of never really understood how to get it, and yeah, that's a direct result, I think, of pushing that upgrade all the way to level 15. I think that kind of upgrade should be a bit lower down, but anyway, we already are digressing too much. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's like one of the things I actually want to make a comment on. That is like I get it why they put upgrades at level 15, because you want them to be the big awesome thing that you unlocked. But at the same time, if it's key to a commander's play, it should be a little bit lower to get the player comfortable with using that mechanic.
What's the most impactful level 15 upgrade that you've seen in the game? I think it's Artanis, right?
I don't know, but I think we may be digressing from Niadra.
All right. Let's go back to level 3. Spawning pool upgrade cache. Okay, I don't know what some of these are. Adrenal Overload, Aberrant Fangs, Plague Host. I don't know what those are. I'll just assume they're Zergling upgrades. I actually.
Yeah.
Actually,
do you want to look at the upgrades list? Like, just scroll down and try and find it. It may be a little bit.
All right, let's try to. Let's.
Maybe a little bit useful. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Okay, there we go. Plague Host is on page number 10. Top of page 10.
Page 10. Duplicates any parasite type debuff. Okay, what's a parasite type debuff?
Attacked enemy onto this unit. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's just go through the talents list.
Man,
let's go through the talents list.
It kind of sucks when they like drop names that aren't properly introduced yet. Like these don't register to me. I think it's better to just call them talent level 3 unlocks Zergling upgrades. Wouldn't that be more intuitive? Right?
Yeah, okay.
Let's just
Yeah.
Endarthe, if you're listening, I would suggest that if an ability is not introduced, don't name drop that ability. Just call it Zergling upgrades. I think that'll be more intuitive for the people. I don't know. Maybe just leave a note at the bottom.
Actually, the tooltips in the game, it would be called spawning pool upgrade cache.
Mm-hmm.
But what it would say is unlocks the following upgrades from the spawning pool.
Really?
Adrenal Overload increases the attack speed of Zerglings by 20-30%. Aberrant Fangs, does this thing. Right. I think that's how it's listed in the game.
So
I think
how you would suggest to do it is unlocks, for example, unlocks Adrenal Overload, and then maybe a parenthesis comment describing what it is.
Well, like I'm having a look at, like, for example, Phoenix, level 4, Shock Trooper Champion Research Cache, right? Unlocks the following upgrades at the Twilight Council. Caldalis' attacks deal area damage. Caldalis' Ricochet Glaive bounces 2 additional damage, etc., etc. So I think just having a quick description of what these upgrades do instead of using the upgrade name might be a little bit. It might give people a clearer idea on what kind of play is encouraged or what kind of tech is being unlocked for the units.
Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. Just giving the users an idea of what to expect, rather than just dropping the name without any sort of indication for what it is, seems like the way to go. Thank you for that input.
Yeah, very much.
Level 4 is Baling Nest Upgrade Cache. Okay, level 3 is Zerglings. Level 4 is Banelings. Okay, we'll just assume that these are, Baling upgrades. Molten Cratering, Regenerative. Okay, I think I know what Regenerative Acid is. It's a campaign ability where when the Baling explodes, it heals nearby friendly units.
Okay.
Yeah,
High jump is probably the one that allows them to jump on cliffs and stuff like that, I think.
Probably.
Okay.
Queen Form level 3. Unlock Niadra Queen Form level 3. Oh, so it's, Niadra's basically like the Haka. Like, she grows bigger and gains more abilities and stuff. That's what I'm getting so far. Look at this though. Level 6 is Roach Warren Upgrade Cache 1. Level 7 is Roach Warren Upgrade Cache 2. Huh, why not combine them? Isn't that weird?
That was my first thought. And the other thing is, like, if these are Roach upgrades, then it looks like there are a lot of Roach upgrades.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
Yeah, you have like
normally
5
I'd only
for
get
the
roaches. Normally I only get roaches for like the first couple minutes, and I wouldn't really get all these upgrades for them. Seems like a lot of.
Well, it kind of depends. It kind of depends on the roach, right? Like how good the roach is. But the issue here is like there are 5 upgrades for a roach, and generally for co-op units, they're usually limited to like 4 maximum.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a Zergling has 4 upgrades, right?
Dude, Vorzoon's upgrades are already so painful. Like, you have to tech up Gateway, Cybercore, Stargate, and then Fleet Bacon. That just before you can start upgrading your Corsairs, getting the cloaking thing, and the distraction web. It takes so long to upgrade. It costs so much gas.
Yeah. The good thing here is like there are no tech requirements. I don't think they mentioned there's no tech requirements for the structures, which is a good thing. But I would probably try and cut down the number of upgrades from the roaches and bundle this Cache 1 and Cache 2 into a single level talent.
Yeah, I actually agree. And besides, an important thing to note is that if you do a prestige trick on a commander and you do the mutation with it, you'll reach level 6. So a lot of the people who beat the mutation with level 1 commanders will jump to level 6. It would be nice if they didn't have to split the Roach Warren upgrades between Cache 1 and Cache 2. I don't know. That's just
you know what? I like that. I like that. That should be put on level 6.
Yeah. Level 8 is Unleashed. Niadra's combat units do not have a tech requirements. Okay. That's fine for level 8, I think. Yeah? Hydralisk.
So what does this mean? This means like I can build a roach, but obviously I will not have the upgrades, right? And if I want to get the upgrades, I build the Roach Warren. Is that what it means?
That's what I think it means. Could be wrong, but I think that's what it means.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that seems okay for a level 8. It's kind of strong, but not really. Pretty much in line with most of the level 8 stuff.
It's a quality of life.
You get, your pure fire beam and your time stop or whatever. It's like kind of OP, but not really.
Time stop is level 10.
Okay.
Guys, time stop is level 10. Okay, let's move on to...
You get my point.
Hydralisk upgrade Cache, talent level 9. Wow, look at these upgrades though. Like, look at these levels. Level 3, you get Zerg upgrades. Level 4, you get Building upgrades. Level 5, you get Niadra upgrades. Level 6, Roach Warren 1. Level 7, Roach Warren 2. Level 9, Hydralisk. Like, it feels like a type of commander. If I scroll down a little bit, it looks like this is not a commander with any unit locked at any level. You can get all your units at level 1. And on one hand, I think that's a nice thing, but don't all the commanders have at least one locked unit in their leveling progression? I'm trying to think. Is there a commander who has every single unit unlocked right at level 1? Borzu, no, the Dark Archons are locked. Karax, I think carriers are locked. The Haka? No, the higher evolutions are locked. Taurus? Some of the higher...
Yeah. Every single commander has a unit, at least one unit that is unlocked, potentially 2 or 3 that is locked at level 1.
Yeah, I think
that is a very good point. I think that is missing from this talent tree.
A way maybe to break the monotony of this, maybe compress Roachwarren upgrades into single cache and lock one unit at level 7, and then combine Hydralisk and Impaler upgrade caches and lock another unit at level 10. So far. That's so far what I'm feeling like.
Yep. Yeah, I like that.
Maybe lock the Impaler at level 10, I don't know. Maybe something like that. Level 12... Oh wait, look at this level, automated extractors. This is the latest I've seen an auto extractor level. Vorazun's auto assimilators are level 2. Nova's auto refiners are level 7.
Yeah.
Zeratul,
I think level 11 is... There are 2 points I want to bring up. One is that level 11 is way too late.
Yeah.
For the automated extractors. Those should be pushed like way up.
2. Make it level 2. That's what I'm saying.
And the other... Yeah, the other thing I also want to bring up is the level 10 talent, right? The Impaler Den upgrade can. Usually the level 10 talent is reserved for like a really overpowered ability.
Yes.
For example, Time Stop.
Time
Like
Stop.
a really powerful call down.
Or... Wait. I blanked out. What was Super Gary's level 10 upgrade? Oh wait. Tychus. Tychus level 10 is, I think, the Odin. The Stukov's level 10 is the Alexander. You're right. You're absolutely right. Level 10 is reserved for a big upgrade or big unit or an ability. I think Artanis level 10 is the Tempest. You're absolutely right, man. Yeah, good point. I actually agree. Maybe replace Impaler upgrades by a unit. Like, unlock something big at level...
Yeah, it doesn't need to be exactly level 10. I just take a look at Nova, for example. She gets Nuke at level 9, and her level 10 upgrade is the Starport upgrade cap. So, around level 10, you want to give the player... You want to give the player like something that's like, okay, now this is going to change the way the game is played.
Now, yeah.
I have something extremely overpowered. Like Mengs, for example, level 10 is Nuke. Gets his Nuke at level 10.
Yeah, give the player the feeling that now they've really unlocked the commander. Like, it's not really Mengs until you get his, for example, Nuke Barrage. It's not really Artanis until you get this. Make something unlock at level 10 that'll make you feel like you're finally starting to play the real Niadra, rather than an upgrade cache. It doesn't have to be level 10, as our master pointed out. It could be level 9 or 10. But yeah, leave a big upgrade at around this level. The big upgrade is auto extractors. You know what I really feel about Niadra? Auto extractors. That's what I really feel about Niadra.
Yeah, this is like, that would kind of worry me. If like my big uber ability is automated extractors, I suddenly start thinking, oh my god, the macro is going to be really difficult. These things are going to be really expensive, and you know, if this is a thing that's supposed to help me out a lot.
Maybe unlock Queen Form level 3 at level 10, maybe? Move Queen Form level 3 up.
It kind of depends what Queen Form level 3 is. I was actually looking just a little bit lower. Parasite consumption. You know, maybe something like that.
Maybe an ability?
That one seems maybe fit for level 10.
Yeah.
Level 13.
Like,
so, I was just having a quick look around.
Level 13 is Parasite. Level 12 is Infestation Pit upgrade cache. Okay, that's fine. I think level 12 is fine for this upgrade cache. Level 13 Parasite Consumption unlocks Survival Instinct ability. Oh, a Giant Earth's Dawn critical barrage ability for Daelaam Ark. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't mind this Parasite Consumption down at level 10. How about you?
Either that, or like at level 10, you unlock the ability to use this giant Ursidon and Critter Barrage, and then like at level 13, you buff this ability up. I'm kind of thinking along the lines of like Carax's Purifier Beam. You get a crappy version of the Purifier Beam at like level 10, then like it speeds up at I don't know what level.
Yeah, it speeds up at level I think 13.
Yeah, I think it's like level 13 or something.
Actually, yeah, that makes perfect sense. You're a genius, man. I'm so glad I got you to do this. Man, I wouldn't have all this insight. Level 14 is fast healing. Niadra's units have double life regeneration. You know what? I wouldn't mind fast healing for level 15. What do you think?
Again, like it really depends on like what's her basic healing rate. Fast healing doesn't seem impactful enough to me to warrant a level 15. Like level 15, you want something that is a passive, but you want it to be a really strong passive.
Wait. Who's got a really strong passive at level 15?
Phoenix, for example. P2
oh yeah,
Phoenix
tactical
benefits
data
a
web,
lot from that passive.
You know what? I actually have an issue with that. Tactical data web should be lower. It makes leveling P2 Phoenix such a pain because you're forced to level P1 Phoenix. I think that's an issue with Phoenix because all the other commanders, like, remember, as I mentioned earlier, Rainer's level 15 is make your unit shoot faster. Kerrigan's level 15, regen energy faster, twice as fast even. Artanis level 15, no more pylons. Swan's level 15's thicker mech. Zagar's 15, faster regen. I think the fast healing should be level 15. I mean, if you disagree, I think it could be a point of contention. But personally, I feel like the level 14, the fast healing should be level 15.
Yeah, you know what? I'm confused because I'm taking a look at this level 15 talent now.
Yeah,
that looks more like a level 14 or level 13 talent.
Yeah, the Shadow War, Crash Link. Yeah, abilities. I wouldn't want to lock abilities at level 15. Seems like a feels bad man moment. Like if you're really feeling Niadra, you're on a Prestiger, but you don't want to because, for example, you like the Crash Link ability and you like the Creep Teleport for Niadra. You don't want to Prestiger again because you lose all those abilities and will wait until level 15 to be able to use them again. Yeah, I'd rather have that lower. So, overall thoughts on the progression. I think there are too many upgrade caches. That's the overall feel I get. Spawning pool.
I do agree. I think the upgrade caches could be toned down maybe a little bit. They could be clumped up, and I think just lock some units just so that it lines up a little bit more with the other co-op commanders.
Dude,
not something I like. I don't like units being locked behind, but that's how co-op commanders.
Yeah.
I think like deviating from that a lot is it doesn't make it fit the overall theme of co-op.
And by the way, 7 upgrade caches. That's insane. I would take like 2, maybe 3 of those even. It's 4.
Yeah, you can join up the roaches. The Hydralisk and Impaler can be combined.
Yeah. Maybe
and, like Zergling Baneling can be combined.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, you're a genius. Yeah, perfect. That's perfect. And maybe lock the Impaler, or maybe lock the Infestor. Lock the Infestor at level 5 or something. Then move Queen Form level 3 to level 10. And definitely...
Infestor can be locked, Impaler can be locked.
Also move all the Extractors lower. Move, I would say, either level 2 or level 3. Yeah, it should be early on. Auto Extractor should be early on, I feel. Because, I think, Artanis level 2 is Garden Shell. It's pretty big. Boris level 2 is, the Auto Gas. Auto Gas, there we go. Rainer's level 2? Duskwings. Like, you don't hide such impactful upgrades at level 11. Yeah, I would say that's level 2.
Yeah, my best advice would be like have a look at the other co-op commanders and see what their level unlocks look like. Like take a look at the type of the unlock. Is it a call down, or is it a passive, or is it a unit call down, or is it an upgrade? Take a look at that. and try and roughly mimic that kind of progression with thing that you're trying to design.
You know what's weird here? Like, I only see a single progression upgrade for Niadra. So you either get her pretty much at max. Like, think of the other hero-based commanders. Kerrigan has Fury unlocking, has Immobilization Wave unlocking, has Upgrade Cache unlocking. Like, those are 3 separate... Oh, level 15 is the Energy region unlocking. That's 4 separate things for Kerrigan. Daelaam has so many different upgrades as well, locked behind levels. And who else? Hero commanders. Alarak. Alarak has Power Overwhelming, or not Power Overwhelming, the Empower Me, and the Lightning Surge when he's almost killed. And then, what was the other upgrade for Alarak? Like, basically the hero commanders, the really strong hero commanders usually have more upgrade caches. So this gives me the impression that even though Niadra is a hero-based commander, the way this commander plays feels more like a macro-based commander that happens to have a hero unit. That's what I feel so far. Because...
Well, here's a completely crazy idea. I don't know how it will work, but here's an idea. Because you need, like, it's clear that there are a lot of, like, little unlocks in the talent progression. There's not enough, like, things to get, like, there's way too many things to put in the talent unlock. What would happen if Zerglings started with all their upgrades, so you can actually completely do away with your spawning pool upgrade cache? And what would happen if you did the same thing for the Roaches and the Hydralisks? That way you free up, like, 4 slots for unit unlocks, and maybe you can give Queen Form level 2 an unlock as well somewhere along this progression tree.
I would love that.
A few things to think about.
I would love that personally. I need that for some of the existing commanders. Like, why are Corsair upgrades at level 12? So painful. Corsair upgrades at level 12. Like,
yeah, I'm just throwing out, like, ideas out there. Like, the person who has done this will probably be able to think, at least get a few ideas on what to do. I think we should move to the top bar next.
What level is the symbiote for Abathur? Is that level 9? What level does Abathur unlock the symbiote?
Let me have a look.
Alright.
I have this wonderful resource that tells me all this information. It's level 10. It's a level 10
Level
unlock.
10, like, why? Why? Why would you lock that level? Anyway, that's enough of that. Yeah, let's move on to the top bars. So, Bioessence storage. Consume Bioessence, consume resources. Switch between Bioessence or minerals and gas. Whoa! Whoa! Look at this. Switch between Bioessence or minerals and gas. Passive. Gather Bioessence and use it as a third resource to spend on Niadra and combat unit. Oh, look at this! You can switch to a mode that instead of consuming minerals and gas, you spend Bioessence. Oh, that's cool and unique. I've never had that. I've never seen that for any co-op commander, have you?
You know what? I really like that. This is the thing that would make Niadra, unique, right? It would set her apart from other co-op commanders. I like that system.
One concern I can already see is that if you're a 1v1 player, you would cringe at the idea of switching to Bioessence storage and just banking more and more money until... Oh man. Like, don't you feel that switching to a Bioessence storage, for example, would make kind of your resource spending inefficient? Because, I don't know, it's kind of difficult to explain. Like, things that cost only minerals should cost only minerals. But if something can cost either minerals or Bioessence, it's like, it's gonna be a difficult balancing act to spend your money and Bioessence as you gather them. Like, it's basically macro. How do you macro switching between minerals, gas, and Bioessence? I guess it's the player's problem, but I don't know. Like,
I think it adds an interesting dimension to the game. That is exactly the question. It's like, how do you decide which resource you spend? And I think a lot of players who are a little bit more skilled and are more interested in the macro aspect may actually find this commander interesting. I like it.
You know what? Fair point. Fair point. That's actually a good point. So next top bar is Revive Niadra. Revive Niadra in her current form anywhere on the map with vision. Only available when Niadra dies. Oh, dude, there's gonna be... If someone implements Niadra, there's gonna be for sure a bug where you can revive Niadra when she's still alive. I can already see this. If Blizzard is the one who did this, there's probably gonna be a bug where you can revive Niadra. Even if she's alive. Anyway. Larval Queen Form. Level 0. It's free. Look, you have a free revive. If the larva dies, you can revive for free. You can probably cheese some maps with that. Sacrifice the larva and revive for free anywhere on the map. Dude, you can cheese lock and load, for example, by dropping Niadra at the very back of the base. Just capturing the locks.
I like how you looked at the 0 resources and the first thing you thought that came to your mind was cheesing lock and load.
Can't help it, man. I can't help it. I'm a cheeser by nature. The C in CTG actually stands for cheese. The T in CTG actually stands for the cheese. And the G in CTG stands for good cheese. That's totally what it means.
He's lying. He's lying. CTG stands for cheese the game.
Yes, sure. Anyway, so when you upgrade Niadra, it costs more and more resources to revive her, although not that expensive, to be honest. 700 to revive. Okay, that's pretty expensive though. Like, yeah, 700 is pretty expensive. Although, maybe. Oh, I can see how this will work. You can maybe bank your bio essence. Just use that to revive Niadra. You can use your depending on your style. You can just bank your bio essence. Just use that as reserve to revive Niadra. So just match, like, workers gather minerals and gas, and that's spent on units. And Niadra gathers bioessence, and when she dies, she spends bioessence to revive herself from her wallet of bioessence. I think that makes sense. I like that. I like that system. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
How about the cost? Like,
yeah, I think it should be fine. Like at level 3, you know, you're expected to have very, very powerful abilities. So I think it should be a little bit more punishing if you lose Niadra.
Would you say it's fair that one Queen Form level 3 can take on 7 Queen Form level 1s? Because that's what the cost amounts to.
I think given the... because like what I'm also doing is like I'm kind of cheating. I'm having a look ahead to see what's going on with Niadra. Her top bars also get stronger when you level up Niadra, so it's fair.
All right, okay. Next top bar is Giant Ursidon. Falls a Giant Ursidon by a drop pod, stunning enemies upon impact. Oh wow, stunning enemies upon. Oh, what's the radius of the stun? Do you remember that campaign mission? Okay,
yeah, I'm assuming it'll be like 2 radius or something around the Ursidon, or 1 radius around the Ursidon.
Make it 8 radius. The 2 radius feels like a campaign ability. A comp ability should make it like 8 radius. That's what would make it feel like a real comp top bar, you know? Because comp commanders are stronger than 1v1 or than the campaign races. The campaign race has more options, but raw power-wise, comp commanders are stronger. That's what I feel like. Especially at level 90.
I don't know. You should take a look at the stats, because like I think it's pretty good.
Timed life, 60 seconds. Max life, 1500. 60 seconds. Oh, well, check this out. Timed life is 60 seconds, and cooldown is 90 seconds. Oh dude, with full masteries, you can pretty much have the Ursidon on, available all the time. If you spec into Giant Ursidon full mastery, you can have it respawn as it times out. That's nuts.
Yeah, I think that might be borderline overpowered. I didn't notice that, but yeah.
I mean, depending on how
this
powerful...
thing.
Go ahead.
2,400 HP or maximum mastery. And it has like 105 attack. Melee with an attack period of 0.696.
Nice. That's a pretty fast attack though. But does it have splash? I don't think the auto attack has splash. So, whoa, 90 damage though. Wait, 90 damage is a lot. And wait. That actually does sound incredibly broken. 90 damage per 0.7 seconds. That's broken. That's actually broken, dude. How much damage? How much DPS is that? 90 divided by 0.7. Like 1 point.
It's like 130 DPS.
130 DPS. That's insane, dude. Yeah, yeah, you can spec phone to Giant Ursidon and make this your pushing unit. Dude, this looks insane.
Okay.
I like
There's
it.
also one other thing I also noticed is that the top bars do not have a cool-up time. So I think the person who made this just like forgot to write that down. But whenever you're doing top bars, you should always write down what the cool-up time is and what the cool-down time is. So for those of you who are listening in, a cool-up time is the time that it takes for you to be able to use your top bar for the first time. So for most top bars, it's 4 minutes. Then the cool-down time is obviously the time between two top bar casts.
Yeah, perfect point. Great point. Yeah, you should always consider, if you're writing a co-op commander, consider the initial cool up time of your abilities. If you don't have a
I'm just going to assume they're like 4 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to go Giant Ursidon first, or Giant Ursidon expand? That'd be the best thing ever.
Yeah, because like I just saw that as like if you can cast this thing like right at the start of the game, it would be pretty broken.
Pretty fun. Oh, remember when Vorazun didn't have an initial cool up time for Shadow Guard? Literally Nexus first. Ah, the dream. Oh man, I missed 2016.
It was before I took co-op seriously. It was way before that. I was a casual.
Double mules. Abathur not being broken. Vorazun going Nexus first. That was the dream. Anyway. Ursidon Leap. This unit can leap toward a target location within 6 range and stun enemies within a location for 5 seconds. Okay, what's the range of the stun?
The other question is, does it affect heroic units? Probably not. But important.
Well, maybe
important
slow
to
them
mention
down.
there.
Maybe slow them down or something.
Yeah.
Bagger them.
The standard interaction is stun for regulars, slow for heroic, but it should be mentioned on the ability.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, Endarthe, point from Almaster, the master of Alm, indicate whether it stuns heroic units, whether it stuns buildings, and the duration. Oh wait, the duration is listed. The range of the stun. There we go. Passive. This unit can jump up and down cliffs. Oh, the Ursidon's Reaper. Nice. Imagine Reapers for Ursidons though. Detector. Unlocked at Niadra Queen Form level 2. This unit or structure can detect, cloak, burrow, duplicate hallucinated enemies. Okay, I like it. Detector. Yeah, you can have it pretty much available all the time. Nice. Ooh, if you can siege up this, what if you can siege up the Giant Ursidon, make it see from further, make it observer? That'd be funny. Like, why use its 130 DPS when you can siege it up as a detector, right? That's the 5-head play. Survival Instinct. Heal 1500 HP instantly. It unlocks at Queen level 3, so at level 5, the commander wise. Heal 1500 HP instantly. It consumes up to 10 parasite type debuffs within 7 ranges of this unit. Okay, here's that parasite type debuff again. I don't think it's been introduced yet. Has it been introduced? The parasite type debuff?
No.
So. Yeah. Alright, we'll just leave it in a placeholder. Within 7 range of this unit, reduce damage taken by this unit by 5%. Within 7 range of this unit, reduce damage taken. So it's like consume the buffs to gain armor or something?
Yeah. So let me pause here just for a split second. Okay, so the one thing I want to mention is this parasite type debuffs thing that seems to be like an important part of Niadra's play. This looks like it should be a level 2 talent unlock. So at level 1, Niadra doesn't have this, but when you hit commander level 2, this is your talent unlocks. at Commander level 2, you should introduce this mechanic. So you can say Parasite type debuffs. So Niadra can cast Parasite type debuffs on various units. You can do this, and you just explain the mechanic. I think this is kind of an important.
I think it should be explained right at level 2, like introduce at level 2, and explain what Parasite debuff is, because I'm kind of having a difficult time wrapping my head around the concept of a Parasite type debuff. I know what each word means, but taken together, like, oh, pretty much stumped.
Like I'm basically trying to mirror Abathur. Like Abathur at level 1 does not have ultimate evolutions. At level 2, he gets the ultimate evolution.
There we go.
So,
there we go.
Similar way you want to like introduce this mechanic.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Alright, next top bar is the Daelaam Arc. Wait, how many top bars does she have so far? She has Bioessence Storage, Revive Niadra, Giant Ursidon, and Daelaam Arc Host. This is the 4th top bar. Calls down Daelaam Arc. 120 seconds cooldown, and time life is 60 seconds. Oh, it's a timed arc. It's not a permanent thing, it's timed. Maximum shields 550, maximum life 600, so 1100 health. Or 1200 health. Seems fine. Oh, check this out. Move speed 4.3. It has speed freaks, dude. The Daelaam Arc has speed freaks. 4.3 speed. Yeah, that's speed freaks, dude. Abilities, launch doodling. This unit will launch one doodling at enemy target. Ground unit or structure within 10 range. Yeah, there should be commas here. A target enemy ground unit or... yeah, there should be commas. Unlocked at Niadra Queen form level 3. There's a 10% chance that a leaping Karak with the same stats doodle will be launched instead of doodling. Why?
So yeah, that is basically my question. Is like, why does this Karak do something special? Is it just...
Cosmetic?
I would not include... yeah, I would not include different units being spawned from this thing unless that different unit does something.
Yeah, I agree. There's probably something interesting here lore-wise, but yeah, if it doesn't benefit the commander's gameplay, I would rather not have that thing here. It'll be more taxing on the part of the guy who makes this into a co-op arcade map. I would rather not have that.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful. You gotta be very careful when you do aesthetic things like this. Right? So this thing looks kind of cool that you have a leaping Karak being spawned from the shuttle, but unless it actually has a particular benefit, it can be very confusing to players as to why there's a Karak being spawned. So you either remove the Karak, or you give it maybe double damage or something like that.
Agree, hard agree. Alright, let's move on. Spawn Flying Locusts. Unlocked at Niadra Queen form level 1. This unit will be accompanied by 4 Flying Locusts. Okay. Within 5 range. Oh, this is like interceptors. Right? Yeah, it's like interceptors.
It looks like it.
Flying Locusts can now hit ground and air units. Okay, so at level 1, the Locusts will only hit ground, I guess? Yeah, it doesn't say. Doesn't say. But yeah, you might as well indicate that the Locusts only attack ground units or attacks air units, but level 2 unlocks the ability to hit both ground and air. That'll be better. Level 3,
I think that distinction should be made.
Yeah. Level 3, Flying Locust can now debuff enemies with spear. Oh, wait, is this where the Parasite type debuff is introduced? Flying Locust can now debuff enemies with spear parasites for 2 seconds, which cause enemies to lose 5 armor. Is this the Parasite type debuff that has been mentioned so far? It's hard to believe because it feels like it's only like mentioned in passing. Right?
Yeah, the interesting thing here is they mentioned Spear Parasite, which is like one type of debuff. So I think maybe it is a type of Parasite debuff. So there's maybe different kinds of Parasite debuffs that you can hit on certain units. So
okay, let's just keep a note of it. That a Parasite type debuff is the one for the Locusts. Let's move on. Detector. Okay, level 1. Okay, Detector. I like it. Good, but this unit is timed. So you can either alternate between the Daelaam Ark or the Giant Ursidon. If you use them both at the same time, there's a risk that you may not have detection when you need it, which is a big problem. Launch Doodling. Oh wait, I've already passed that. Infested Pod. Eject a drop pod onto the target location within 10 range, dealing 40 damage to all ground units within 1. That sounded so good until it got to the 1 radius area. Oh. 10 range, dealing 40 damage to all ground enemies within 1 radius. It was so good until it got to the end. Oh well. Am I the only one who got a bit underwhelmed by that last part? Or is it fine?
I was actually gonna that it spawns a Scantipede, which is like really funny.
All these cosmetic things. Spawns one Scantipede. This ability can hold up to 3 charges. Unlock the Niadra Queen form level 3. Eject a drop pod onto the target location with 10 range, dealing 50 damage. Man, this sounds so awesome except the 1 range, like 1 radius. Like, make it 3 at least. Make it, you know,
4. 4. I would increase this by 1.
Yeah,
because you're spawning a Scantipede, right? Like on this level 2 on the level 2 infested pod drop, you're spawning one small Scantipede. I'm assuming that's what S and L mean. So on the level 3, what you can do is make it deal damage within 2 radius because you're spawning a fatter Scantipede.
Yeah, makes sense. All right. Load, unload all. Ooh, it's a dropship. Oh, that makes sense. The Daelaam Ark is basically a dropship. Allows the sea to load and unload all allied ground units. You can load your allies' army into the Daelaam Arkship. Oh, you can troll with this. Load all your allies' ground forces in the Daelaam Ark on top of the past. Fly to the far north, far west, far east, or far south corner, and then wait for the timeout. the arc is timed, right? So you can load everything. Oh, this sounds like a wonky mechanic. What do you think?
Yeah, the one thing I'm not particularly a fan of is that you have this call down, which is timed, and it is a single unit and cannot be spammed in several spaces, and it can actually load allied ground units as well. For something like that, it should be only for your own units, because I guess it's an interesting mechanic, but I've never seen it being done in co-op where you have a timed load-unload mechanic on call down. That also benefits your.
What if you load both of your armies into the Arkship on Donny Vermilion, and it times out right on top of the lava? RIP. Fastest way to lose the game. Oh man, that'd be pretty funny though. Doomed Drop. Unlock Niadra Queen form level 3. The unit crashes onto target location at 1% move speed. Upon impact, the suit is destroyed, unloading all the units where it died and debuffing enemy user structures. With spear parasites for 6 seconds. Oh, look! It's that parasite type debuff again. So you can either debuff enemies from the locusts or from crashing Daelaam Ark. What do you think about that?
I guess it's okay. I guess it's fine.
Okay. Range. What's the radius again? 15 radius, yeah. You should change the word range to radius. If you use the radius one, you should use it consistently when you mean radius. Flying Locust, 150, 240 full mastery. Niadra, Queen form, air and ground. Parasitic Piercing. Attacks by this unit debuffs enemy units structured with spear parasites. Okay, I think this is what the parasite type debuff is. For 2 seconds, which causes everyone to lose 5 armor. Scantipede, here it is, introduced Scantipede. Attacks air and ground. Attacks by this unit debuffs enemy units and structures with spear parasites. for 10 seconds. Okay, the type 1, debuffs for 2 seconds, type 2 debuffs for 10 seconds, and type 3 has a splash. It's still 10 seconds, but it has a splash of 2 radius of the target enemy. Okay, I can see how this works. Yeah, it sounds all technical and stuff, but it does get better the higher level you are. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, it's very difficult to judge like the utility of a unit.
Yeah, like I said,
Actually,
it's really
yeah,
technical.
I think stuff like the unit stats we should just very quickly skim through because very difficult to judge.
I agree.
Like,
I agree. Okay, let's move on to Niadra. Larval form. Queen level 1 to 3. Produce from drop pod. Initial 0 seconds cooldown. Hatchery respawn. Okay. 200 health on the larva. 900 queen form 1. 1800 queen form 2. 3000 queen form 3. Yeah, these are fine. 3 HP regen per second. Those are fine. Abilities and upgrades. Parasitic venom. Tax debuff. Enemy. Oh look, it's a second type of it's a second type of parasite type debuff. Venom parasites for 1 second, which causes enemies to drop 12. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. This is the second type of parasite type debuff. Okay, yeah, these should be introduced at level 2. As you mentioned, when Burrowed releases a splash gas cloud that debuffs enemies with cloud parasites, which reduce weapon range or weapon damage of enemies by 25%. Okay, this is another parasite. This is another parasite type debuff. Look, venom type debuff or venom parasite, cloud parasite, and reaping parasite. Okay, now I can see. Now I can see why it's called. It was just lumped as parasite type debuff. Niadra has a lot of different types of parasites that all debuff the enemy. I can see where all the parasite type debuffs come from. I get it now. Everything's now clear. The thing is, what do you think, Outmaster? Should there be a big header here, like parasite type debuffs, just to introduce the concept, make it clearer?
I think it would be useful. I'm just trying to think of like how this compounds with the Ursidon. So what you do is you drop the Ursidon down, and any unit with parasite type debuff would be like that debuff would be consumed by the Ursidon, and then you auto attack with Niadra to give the parasitic venom debuff, for which the Ursidon can instantly zoom and get like armor reduction or damage reduction. Is that the way it's supposed to be? Like, is that the way it's supposed to be played? I don't know. It's just a
axe debuff. Okay, the auto attack does debuff reaping parasite. Oh, it looks like the reaping parasite is a targeted type ability, which means you have to micro 2 units at the same time. Not sure if that's a good idea for co-op players. We're known for F2 and A moving, and asking us to micro 2 units at the same time is not necessarily tapping into our strong suits, let's just say. There are players, like for example, a lot of Nova players can micro different types of units at the same time. A lot of Tychus players can micro different units at the same time, but those call for different types of situations, not when you do a general type of attack. I don't know.
Yeah, because like the way I'm thinking, I'm looking at this like Ursidon Survival Instinct, right? It's an active, like it has this active ability which heals 1,500 HP instantly, and then it says it consumes up to 10 parasite type debuffs within 7 range of this unit to reduce the damage taken. So you can only like you push this button, I don't know, a certain amount of time. The cooldown, by the way, is 20 seconds on that ability.
Maybe have that
every 20 seconds. Doesn't appear to be autocast. Well, so basically what it is like 20 seconds you push this button, you heal 1,500 HP, and you use up 10 parasite type debuffs in around the like within 7 range of the unit, right?
I mean, would you
So-
suggest to make it autocast?
Autocast would be nice, but maybe just a passive that actually takes the parasite type debuffs automatically, maybe from the units around it. Maybe like separating that out. Maybe I'm not really sure what vision the designer of this commander had in mind, because like this venom parasite only lasts for 1 second. So I was thinking maybe there's a way of like. What I had in mind was get the Ursidon and get Niadra, and the Niadra's auto attack can passively buff the Ursidon because it keeps casting that Venom Parasite's debuff. Because the 1 second is like almost nothing.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, like just have that. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Birth units unlocked at Niadra Queen form. Okay, birth Zerg. Okay, so Niadra spawns the Zerg units. I'm assuming there's no cooldown here, and there's almost instant build time based on that one upgrade that we read. Creep Walk generates 5 radius of creep around the suit. Creep does not recede. Oh, dude. I can already see some trolls playing Void Launch and using Niadra to draw some interesting stuff in the middle of the map.
I think Stukov would be most happy with the Niadra commander.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I think, no, not Stukov. I mean, Zagara, I think, would be most happy. Because Zagara does not have a means to spread creep other than by manually spreading creep tumors. That is the most painful way. And the 1v1 way of doing things is basically the most painful way every time. So I think Zagara will be most happy. Stukov will be, this is nice. Yeah, I like it. But Zagara would be, oh, thank goodness this is a thing. Zagara would I think be the most happy with his creep walk. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining things. Regeneration aura. Regenerates 3 HP per second for all allies within 7 range. With full mastery, it's 10.5. Okay, 7 range, 7 radius. Yeah. Endarthe
That's kind of strong.
Yeah. I don't know the numbers. I don't do balance, but Endarthe, I would suggest that every time I suggest you do a control F of all the times you used range or radius on this document. If it actually refers to range, use range. If it actually refers to radius, please use radius. It'll make it clearer.
Yeah.
Hector.
So basically the way the words are used is range is for casting. So if you want to cast an ability,
How far you can
cast
reach.
it within a certain.
How far you can reach with your cast. And radius is all these are affected from the center of that cast. There it is.
It's for splash damage, basically. Splash.
Detector. Okay, Niadra herself is a detector. Okay, so that assuages a bit of the concern we had about detection. Because Niadra herself is a detector starting at level 2. How does she fight We Move Unseen? How will she get level 2 on a mutated with We Move Unseen? Does she have spore crawlers? Find out soon, I guess. Consume 1 parasite type debuff within 6 radius area of effect, and deals 50 damage to each enemy that has 1 parasite type debuff. Oh, dude, detonate parasites looks like an ultimate ability. Check this out. Deals 50 damage to each enemy that has 1 parasite type debuff consumed in this way. Ooh. Consume 1 parasite debuff from enemy. Each enemy that has
It's
1.
okay.
What's the range in this? Ability range 8. Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess it's okay. Energy cost is 50. Yeah, it's fine. Deep Tunnel, I like Deep Tunnel. Allows to see it and friendly groundeds within 7 range to teleport to anywhere in the map. Friendly? You need vision, you don't need creep. Can be used while burrowed. Ooh, is 7 range enough? I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if 7 range is enough. Just make sure that the range, maybe you can tweak the range once you have an arcade map up and running, but maybe tweak the 7 range to make sure that all the units that you want to teleport are in that. Maybe make it the same as Gary's or something. Grow, okay, self-explanatory, don't want to go through that. Burrow, also self-explanatory. Do I need to read anything here? Just stats. Okay, just stats. Burrow.
No, we have a general stats anyway.
Okay, Zergling, Chargeling, Strain. Resource costs 50 minerals. Half a supply. Max life 90. Check this out. 90 health on the Zergling. Wow, that's tanky. That's like P1 Raynor. Weapon damage 10. And it goes up to 16 damage per strike, and cooldown is 0.7 seconds. That's nuts, dude. Wow, that sounds really good. You can have like 22 damage per second on each Zergling. Metabolic Charge intercepts enemies within 4 range and allows users to move through other units. It's like Dark Coil? Wait, Dark Charge? Shadow Charge? Do you remember?
Kind of.
Yeah, do you remember Vorus and Centurion? They can charge through allied forces? I think that's what this
Warzone
is.
has
Huh?
Warzone has Centurions?
Yeah, it's like that ability. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like this ability is. Like, yeah, that I think it's fine. That like makes this Zerg unique enough to be its own thing. It's not a raptor that hops up and down cliffs. It's not a swarmling that morphs 3 for 1. It's not a primal Zergling that does basically nothing but morph into a Ravasaur. Yeah, it's unique enough, I think. Cool.
Yeah. Also, I quickly skimmed through. There are a lot of upgrades, so we'll probably want to move through these a little bit faster.
Okay. Adrenal Overload, 60% move speed. Okay, this is good. Rabid Fangs. Deals additional 4 damage to target. Oh, look at this. It's synergized with the parasite type debuff. Not sure if the 4 damage.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that mechanic.
Yeah, I like that. I like that as well. Plague Host duplicates any parasite debuff from attacked target enemy onto this unit. And duplicates what? Duplicates any parasite debuff from attacked target enemy onto this unit. And duplicates any parasite debuff from this unit onto the attacked target. Oh, so you basically carry the Plague Host? Or you basically carry... Okay.
That's a mechanic.
Yeah, that's interesting. Definitely interesting. Not something that I understood right away, but when you put it into words, it's difficult to understand what it is. But when you see this in action, you can immediately see what it is. Basically, you have Black Death, the reverse Black Death on Amon. Except
I don't know why I really like this. I've never seen this mechanic before.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool. I
hope,
like it.
I hope it's easy to implement.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, I hope it's easy to implement.
You get maybe a bit of a nightmare, but like thumbs up for this one. I like it. I like it a lot.
Got the Almash seal of approval for that one. Okay, let's move on. Baneling. More from Zergling, 70 health. Has regen. Why would it need regen though? It's basically a bomb. Move speed 3 and 4 on creep. Okay, this was pretty fast.
Yeah. We can skip over the weapons.
Okay.
Stats for the unit because it's difficult to judge.
Okay.
So quickly through the abilities. Cliff jump. Yeah, that was the thing we were...
Yeah. High jump. Second attack. Oh! Target air units! Dude! Anti-air banelings! I like this. Just mass banelings.
The F2 move person is happy.
I'm happy. I'm an F2 move person, yes. Dude! 4 base Niadra. Just mass banelings. And just A-move everything. Dude, I love this. Parasitic Acid. Attacks debuff enemies with blast radius with the heat parasites. Oh, look. More parasite type debuffs.
Yeah, that's another debuff.
I'm not sure how much impact this will be, because when banelings touch something, that something usually dies. So, it's nice that there's a heat parasite, but yeah, ultimately I'm not sure how impactful this will be. I'm not sure. Yeah, how about you, Master? How much experience do you have with units that survive a bailing hit?
Usually not a lot, but I'm trying to read through the entire thing because this description is a little bit of a mouthful.
Yeah. Okay.
They've included a lot of stats, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around like what this does at the moment.
Go. All right.
Okay, so this description,
Uh-huh.
it's a little bit of a mouthful, but I think
is.
what I understand from it is like it's very similar to Scorched Earth.
Oh.
I think.
Man, I like this. Giving mutators back to Amon. First Black Death, now Scorched Earth. I like it. Regenerative.
I mean, like, you know, I think interesting new mechanics, and that is always good.
Aren't you a bit concerned about how many upgrades that we have to get?
Yeah, that was the thing I was mentioning earlier, is you kind of have to... One thing that might be... I think up to 4 upgrades is fine, but things like maybe Cliff Jump and High Jump should be available right from the start, and then you can put these new upgrades, the ones that interact with the parasitic debuffs, you can put those as like talent tree unlocks if...
Yeah, that makes sense. Finally, Regenerative Acid heals, yeah. Allied units within blast radius are healed for 50% weapon damage. Yeah, sure. This ability applies to the air effect produced by heat parasites. Okay, so even the, oh! Look at that, even the heat parasites heal. Okay, that I see it now. Yeah, the heat parasites, they're not for the enemy, they're for your units that will get healed by regen acid. Okay, yeah, good, that's good. Burrow. Okay, that's self-explanatory. Okay, we're finally in the roach. Let's see what's so awesome about this roach.
Well, it's a Corpser screen, so...
Roachlings! I love roachlings in the campaign, dude.
Yeah, those things are really strong.
I mean, forget strong, they're super fun. Dude, roachlings all the way. Oh, the spam roachlings. Roachlings!
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So... yeah, the
corpse-
passive.
Corpse
It's
parasites
exactly
for
what you'd
4
expect.
seconds. Yeah. Roach regen. 10 HP per second when burrowed. Oh, this doesn't need a research. This should be available right away. Calling carapace. Oh wait,
Is this a reason?
Yeah, this is already researched.
Just the
Okay,
passive.
yeah. Like I don't think you need an upgrade cache for this. Telling carapace.
Yeah, because there's no research cost associated with it. Yeah, it's a passive.
yeah.
You get it like with the... Which is nice.
Telling carapace. 1.5 boost speed. Real talk. Have you seen anyone who has used moving burrowed roaches in co-op ever?
No.
Remove this, right? It's the concept is sure you have it, but what's its purpose?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can have it, but like, you know how I was mentioning again, like, you should take out an upgrade. Like, this is probably an upgrade that would be up for contention. Because...
Agree.
Because, like, Amon has so much action, especially on brutal difficulty. Like, burrowed roaches do nothing.
100% agree.
If you want to take out an upgrade, that's like... That should be on the top of your list.
Yeah. Carry on recovery. Roach regen now recovers 20 HP per second. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This was fine. Tunnel. Within 8 range. What? Tunnel within 8 range. What is this? What is this for?
Yeah, I think it's removing quickly from, like, one spot to another. But it has a 7-second cooldown and a 1-second cast time.
So,
You
like,
might as
blink?
well just walk that distance.
Yeah, depending on how fast this could be like a blink thing. I don't know. When you micro
it's a
roaches, blink
Cast
back.
time, right? So there's a channeling time.
Oh, that's weird then.
Yeah, so
yeah. Go ahead.
personally, I would just remove this ability. I don't think it's necessary.
I don't think it's that
Unless there's a very
impactful.
specific thing you're trying to do.
Maybe there's a parasite that the buff with tunnel. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are a lot of abilities for these roaches, right? So, you know, right at the start, we were saying, oh, roaches have a lot of ability, like a lot of upgrades. Tunnel and Carapace and Tunnel can probably be removed
Yeah.
to just solve that problem.
Compress that.
These upgrades seem important, they don't seem impactful, and they will probably not be researched unless there's a really big benefit to doing the tunnel. If they
Agreed.
get, like, you know, 100% attack speed for 5 seconds after tunneling or something like that.
Agree. All right, move on to the Ravager. Hunter strain. Hunter strain is a bailing strain. You gotta rename it. I know you probably have a very good reason for calling this Hunter strain, but you have to rename it. Hunter strain is a Baling strain. You have to change your Vajra strain. Sorry.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Now you do. Yeah, the Baling strain is Splitter and Hunter. Hunter is the one that jumps up cliffs. Corrosive Bile.
Okay.
Burrowed Strike. Well, Bird Corrosive Bile 100 air damage, 3 ability range. Siege Tank? Okay.
Okay.
I would increase the ability range though. Like, if you Siege or a Vajra, make it gain like...
Oh, yeah.
Make it gain like 25 range without the need for vision. That's what I would like to... Yeah, make it really, really out there. Make this like a mobile bile launcher. Dude, that's it. Make this a mobile bile launcher. Make it 25 range when it's burrowed. Dude, I solved bile launchers. I'm a genius.
I wouldn't make it that high, but yeah, please increase the ability range, I think. 3 range is basically Amon's units are in your face, which means that Amon's units are gonna kill your face.
No, it gains 3 range. So it's
Oh, it gains 3. Okay, that's fine. No, in that case, then it's okay. I'm okay with this.
No.
I thought it had 3.
Look at the Corrosive Bile. It's 12 range while burrowed, so it has the range of a siege tank. I don't think that's enough. When we have it burrowed, it should shoot it much further. Make it 25 range when burrowed. Make it a bile launcher.
I'm fine with this exactly as it is.
I would make it like this is co-op we're talking about, not 1v1. I would make it a mobile bile launcher. That's what I would do. Anyway, we can agree to disagree. It's fine. Parasitic Bile. Corrosive Bile caused the area to be heat parasite. Here we go again. Heat parasites. Explode dealing 48 damage. And burst parasites. Oh look, so many parasites. So many parasites. Parasitic Seed. Do you want to read this, or let's just agree what they are?
This is nice. This is nice. There's one, like, the heat parasite is basically like the scorched earth that I was thinking about, and the corrosive bile debuff, the second one, the burst parasites, is basically it's like an ensnare ability, so they cannot move, but they can still attack you.
Wait, what's the difference between Parasitic Bile and Parasitic Seed?
Where are you seeing? Oh, the parasitic seed ability.
It's directly below. It has both heat parasites and burst parasites. It's like the same thing. I guess.
Really interesting, yeah.
Yeah, look, effect 2 for Parasitic Seed grants 8 bioessence per parasite type debuff. So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
And 3 radius. There we go, 3 radius. Okay, it's slightly different, but I would rather have both of this in the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, those abilities have, I think, a little bit too much overlap. I would try and separate them out. I think this may be a typo, because like parasitic bile seems to be in most of these effects, and then the parasitic seed is supposed to give the extra bioessence. I think. Maybe. But yeah, those 2 upgrades, parasitic seed and parasitic bile, they need to be more separated.
Distinct.
There needs to be a big distinction between these 2 upgrades.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, that's a lot. Can I just have mobile bell launchers, please? That'd be way simpler. There's so much synergy. There's so much co-synergy between Niadra's units, and it all seems to boil down to having the bioessence mechanic. I like how much they are leveraging the bioessence mechanic with this, but it's a lot that goes to the point of, like, you can't memorize every single thing about this. It's like there's so much, you know? Or maybe it's just me.
Yeah, I think during general gameplay, I don't know if people will be paying attention to what debuffs the units have.
Oh, I get it.
They're gonna like find favorite debuff, and they will probably just use those units.
Yeah, dude, hot and horror upgrades. Hot and horror upgrades. It's like that. The engineering upgrades for Hunt and Horner. There are so many of them. I don't read what they do. I just read the name of the unit that it affects. Oh, it's a Hell upgrade. Let me get that. Oh, it's a Reaper upgrade. Let me get that. Let me get that.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
I don't even read the upgrades. I just get them. That's what I feel about this. I don't know what each one does. Like, I don't know. It kind of loses its fantasy aspect for me, and just turns into, I don't know, a checklist. I need this upgrade for the Reaper. I need this upgrade for the Roach. I don't know. That's what I feel about it. Hydralisk. Moving on to Hydralisk. Impaler, Piercer, Strain. That's weighted spines. Target enemy are grounded as long as. Oh, I like this. So the Hydralisk attacks will bring down the enemy to the ground. I'm guessing for the Roach. Yeah, you can combine Roaches and Hydralisks. So the Hydralisk will bring down the enemies for the Roaches to finish off. Yes.
Yep.
This is good. Weighted spines. Maybe make the Hydralisk have a greater range for air units. It'll prioritize air. Weapon range. There it is. Ground 7. Air 7, 11 with muscular upgrade. I would make it ground 7, air 9. To make it really focus on the anti-air aspect. Since the weighted spines is really good for fighting air. So yeah, with upgrades make this 11 ground, 13 air. Make it really focus on the anti-air aspect. Make it bring down the enemies for the Roaches to fight. That's what I would say. Grooved spines. Ooh. Gain 8 bio essence. Okay, so it's like you gain more essence if you have grooved spines. Parasitic worms. Ripper parasites. Okay, another parasite type debuff. Okay, I see. I see why they just lump everything as parasite type debuff. I just think that they should introduce the concept before talking all about it, because it's a pretty big aspect of Niadra. They just didn't properly introduce it, I feel. That's what I feel about it.
Yeah. The way I would do this, because this is like such an important mechanic, is put a section on this page with a list of all the parasite type debuffs.
100%.
Put the description of this debuff and say like provided by unit like Hydralisk.
100% agree.
Because it's very clear that like a Roach will not give you Ripper parasites, for example. So you can say like Ripper parasites. For 60 seconds, it causes enemies to lose 7 HP per second. For parasite type debuff other than Ripper parasites on the target, etc., etc. And you can say like debuffed by like Hydralisk. So it's clear that this is the unit that is responsible.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on. Impaler, Leeching Strike, 40 HP, heals 40 HP with each attack. Oh, it has Life Leech. Oh, when it's full HP, healing is equally distributed. It spreads healing. Oh, dude, I like this. Impaler heals itself with 40 for each attack. And if it's full health, it has area healing. It has diffusion healing. Oh, whoa, no. Suddenly I don't like this anymore. Diffusion is very laggy. So, I don't know, do you like this? Diffusion healing?
Yeah, it's fun. It's not really... I don't think it's gonna be too impactful.
I mean,
it's fair enough.
Diffusion is a very laggy...
I think it's kind of... Well, I think it's kind of strong, but I think it's okay.
Oh, I'm not thinking in terms of strong or weak. I'm thinking in terms of lag. Because with all the calculations done by Diffusion, it tends to lag games. Don't you feel that way?
Yeah, but that is because usually there's like a lot of splash damage that gets dealt, and Impaler is single target damage.
Yeah, but
so it shouldn't.
But look,
much.
when unit is at max health, healing is equally distributed to all allied units within 6 radius around targeted enemy. So it does splash healing. So diffusion equally distributed. That's what I'm concerned about. Like, once a lot of Impalers start attacking, it might lag the game. That's my concern.
Possible.
And look, it attacks faster. Unit gains 10% attack speed, up to a max of twice the speed when it's attacking. When attack, okay, barrier the last 10 seconds. Okay, a barrier, that's fine. Infestor, Parasitic Domination. Revived under player control upon death. Oh, dude. Oh, this is interesting. It's like mind control, except you gain control upon death. Controlled unit does not cost supply. Last 180 seconds. Spirits are immune. Up use while burrowed. Okay. It's very
Pretty
niche.
cool.
You can't control hero units, and it's timed. Seems very niche. Yeah, it is not like the Vorazun type of mind control, where it lasts forever and you can stack them. Oh well. Fungal spores cause all enemies within 3 radius take 50% more damage. It's like the corrosive spores, the acid spores from the Devourer. Parasite corruption. Place 1 parasite to the buff with corrupt the parasite for 30 seconds.
This is a very interesting one because like this allows you to quickly replenish your infestor energy.
For what though? There's really nothing here that will make me want to spam infestors.
Yeah, infestor spam. I don't really
It's like a support unit.
think. Maybe fungal spores might be an interesting one, but I could not see why you'd want to spam infestors. I could see maybe 2 or 3 infestors in your
2 or
army
3.
just
Yeah.
to help you do that.
I don't know. This is the thing. Co-op players, most co-op players probably won't use this. If it's like not something that you can mass, like Marines, Hydroless Void Rays, Dragoons, Liberators, Siege Tanks, co-op players won't make it. Like this thing, it's nice, but yeah, most co-op players probably won't make this. I think we've reached the end, unless you want to read the Masteries. I would just let that Mastery do its own thing.
Go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should go through the Masteries.
Alright. Niadra Regen Aura. 0.25 health per its stats. So, Niadra Regen or unit upgrade resource cost. Okay, first one is Niadra centric. Second is resource cost and research time. I don't know. I feel like with the amount of research and upgrades that Niadra has, I feel like the upgrade resource cost will be more impactful. Then again, the Regen Aura might be helpful enough to keep your army alive that you never lose it.
Yeah, the numbers are going to be difficult to tell. I'm just kind of curious to know what these masteries are.
Alright.
I think it's just important to just judge them as what they do rather than how much.
Set 2 is combat unit attack speed. Set 2 is either combat unit attack speed or Niadra damage. So you prioritize whether you focus on combat or Niadra attack. I feel like it's a no-brainer. Combat units are way stronger for Niadra. I feel like her strength comes from her either abilities or top bars or units, not really her auto attack. So I feel like set 2 is a no-brainer. It's combat unit attack speed all the way, right?
Like at first glance, after looking at all these abilities, yeah.
It has to be.
I would think units are better. But again, I do not know.
Set 3, top bar cooldown, 1 to 30. Or top bar summon units maximum life and bio essence cost. Maximum life. Bio essence cost. Well, if you are good enough with your micro, top bar cooldown is better, right? This is skill dependent. If you can keep your dudes alive, first one is better. If you can't, second one is better, right?
Yeah, like remember that the Ursidon can be used like pretty much throughout the entire course of the mission, right?
So if you're a skilled player, definitely go for the first
properly.
one. Yeah. All right, that should be the last of the Niadra stuff. What do you think overall about Niadra?
I think it's a really cool system. I like these debuffs. I don't know if people will pay attention to the debuffs once they start getting the hang of it because there's just so many of them.
There's so many of them. Yeah.
There's so many of them, but I like how this debuff has been like incorporated in every single unit, right? In Niadra's kit. So every single unit has its own kind of parasitic debuff. It does encourage you to use multiple units. So you want to use like all the units in Niadra's kit to
exactly
max out the
combo them.
debuffs.
Like the Hydralisk.
I don't know what happened.
the Hydra synergize extremely well with the Impalers and the Roaches. Like, you can use those three at the same time, and it'll be extremely effective. With that, with how well they synergize, you can either have like a try-hard 1v1 player who gets all these and spends so much on upgrades, or a lazy co-op player who just masses Banelings, attacks God and air at the same time. I feel like that's gonna be where the divide will be, and I think it basically confirms my initial assumption that Niadra isn't really a hero-based commander, rather a macro commander who happens to have a hero unit, right?
Yeah, it seems to be like that, but it's kind of difficult to tell until you actually play the commander a little bit. I will say this though, I still really like that the Plague Host thing from the Zerglings. I think that was a really cool mechanic.
Yeah, I agree. That's pretty cool. The
ability
biggest...
to buff, right, from one enemy unit to another.
What is
For
the
me
biggest
personally,
thing?
if working on this, I would try and like build up upon the system. I don't know how, but try and utilize this a little bit more. You know, maybe make it last a little bit longer and stuff like that. That's a really cool system.
What is the biggest improvement you can suggest out of this whole thing?
I mean, like for me, I think it would just be the upgrade count, like the whole tech tree kind of thing, the leveling tech tree from the 1 to 15, the talent unlocks. So I'd work on that and just tone down the number of upgrades, especially if they're not really necessary.
Yes.
Because a lot of these upgrades, realistically speaking, like people will not use them.
Super agree.
The only thing I can remember right now is those roach upgrades, the tunneling carapace and the tunnel ability.
I like the one that allows Banelings to shoot up. I like that, the high jump.
Yeah.
For me, it's that, reduce the number of upgrades, and also the thing you said earlier, like moving the parasite type debuffs to level 2, like really introduce that concept at level 2, like unlocks the parasite type debuff mechanic. All the parasite type debuffs are introduced. I think that's the most important thing. I'd really hone in on the concept of Niadra, of parasite type debuffs, because that is, I feel like, the most iconic thing about Niadra. Not gathering biomass for your units like Abathur, or gathering essence like Dehaka, or like focusing on a really super powered hero unit like Super Duper Gary or even Kerrigan. Just mixing your army together and making sure all the buffs that you throw at the enemy compound and give yourself more different types of advantages. That's how I feel like it. Alright, I think that's gonna do it. Thank you for watching this 98-minute video. That's insane. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what to also do, please leave a comment. And again, Patreon supporters on the Pulse Can tier or higher get a video redemption every month as long as you're supporting. I'll see you guys next time.